is game fuel. 16 ounces of pure annihilation. Perfect for finding the second to last man standing. Tastes like berry-flavored wind sauce.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Ladies and gentlemen, 3 full weeks, many a map of Counter-Strike, and 1 full major in the books, and you thought we were done? Not at all. Not even close, because we are here for the beginning of the new MDL season. It's going to be Chiefs. It's going to be Rooster coming up next.
And, well, Mr. Radio Man, that was Mr. Graham Morrison, and I am Justin Lutz, also known as Cyber Wasted. Yes, indeed, 32 seasons of the Mountain Dew League, or ESEA premiere, as it was known in the past. And we start off with Chiefs, and we've seen conflicting handles, but according to our UI, they are known as Dippers, so I'm going to aim to call them that henceforth. And we will be going at it on Mirage, which is, well, tried and true for many a scene, but especially the Australian one. And Graham, like you said, we have a major in the books. Star Ladder's major in Berlin is done. And this cycle never ends. And we're starting as we mean to go on. Who do you think will start off their season on a high note?
You have to give a massive edge to Chiefs just on name recognition alone. However, if the major taught us anything, Mr. Lutz, is sometimes that name value doesn't get you as far as you'd expect. We saw certain teams bomb out 0-3 that I don't think we would have ever expected. We had certain teams make the finals that no one in their right mind was predicting. And that's kind of the beauty of MDL, because yeah, you have some of these experienced players, you have these guys that have been around the block, but you have just as many fresh faces ready to come in, ready to pop off and prove that, hey, you know what? We're the next boys, not you guys.
And well, you've got a good point, and it's very true. Also, it'll take one good game or a couple of good games against these heavy hitters, the established names like Chiefs that Dippers will be playing tonight. If they put up a good showing, it's definitely going to get some teeth chattering and a lot of head turning, because I am in a firm belief that now more than ever that OCE, and especially more closer to our backyard here in Australia, is as strong as it's ever been. And I think that a lot of the teams that do have fresher faces or are more unfamiliar to a lot of the populace that follows Australian Counter-Strike, if they put on a good showing, this is where a long journey can begin, and they might even end up down the line. They might end up like our compatriots, the Renegades, who put on a fantastic showing in Berlin for us, and maybe it'll all start here for them.
You never know who's going to be the next player to make their way onto one of those big squads, or maybe a team that makes an impact. I mean, a couple of years ago, if you tried telling me that Greyhound would even win a single map at a major, I might have laughed at you. The scene was not that strong. Greyhounds didn't look like that good a team, but they developed. They have some really good talent coming through, and they turned some heads. Renegades, the same thing. No one ever had them penciled in to make like top 4 of a major, and lo and behold, they made top 4 of a major. And that's kind of the beauty of this, is one of these players might be that next big pickup, the next Liaz, or, next Gratisfaction coming in, joining a tenured core and having an insane run and being kind of that next star. And some of these guys are just the gatekeepers there. I mean, for years we talked about a team like Flipside Tactics that were essentially the gatekeepers of majors. Not a team that was ever going to do any damage. Occasionally they had a young talent slide through them, but they were just kind of there doing their job. They were pretty good. And, they just kind of gatekeeped those upcoming talents instead. And, some of these guys in Australia are going to be the same kind of player here, where they are just gatekeeping that next tier of player, that next generation. And it's going to be the question of who can break through that glass ceiling.
And you'll see them on display, especially if you've paid attention to the scene for a long time. You'll see a lot of names that you recognize, like the likes of Texter, Blitz, Tux, and Zeusy. They've been around the block for a long time and definitely do have the power to even take it to uh, the international squads, and they're definitely a true test for a lot of the up and comers, like we will see here tonight in Mirage in the form of Dippers, who will be going up against the Chiefs.
Yeah, and I mean, tall task. I don't think we can stress enough just how up against it, even just on name value alone, Dippers are. It's not. I think this could be a little bit more heavily tilted to Chiefs, but again, early season, that's kind of the fun one. At the major, we had teams that just looked rough coming in, or looked amazing coming in. Liquid.
You're
and
still
did
angry
not
at
look
that,
good.
aren't you?
I'm very salty. I'm Canadian. I live in Canada. I cheer very heavily for Liquid. I am in fact wearing a Liquid jersey right now. That level of devastation never really goes away. But when you come in off a break like that in off season, you'll see some of these teams that kind of come out of nowhere, where they've really stepped up their game, seemingly for no apparent reason. There's seemingly no reason that they're way better than they were before, but all of a sudden, these teams start to pop off a little bit harder. And on the other side, sometimes you get slow starters. So if Chiefs aren't the cohesive unit that we'd be hoping or expecting in this game, we could actually be seeing a lot closer and potentially even an upset win. It all comes down to how much prep came down in the offseason and how ready they are.
Yeah, we've been waffling on for a little bit, and we're waiting for one more member to join the server. We want to briefly apologize for how long it's taking. It's more a anticipation type of play, perhaps, and really good for the mass. I could be completely just fabricating everything and making it all up in my head. Who knows? But I just think, hey, it's opening day. There might be some nerves to shake off, some issues to iron out, or some I'm not sure, just more issues on the local side. Who knows? But we are still waiting for one more to join the server for our opening game, and we've got my co-caster Graham to let out his grievances for certain teams and their performances in the major in Berlin. So I'd say we covered all the bases. Sorry, Graham. I wanted Greyhound to do better too. Don't worry about that.
That is fair. And you know, at the end of the day, as you mentioned, opening day, I always found as a player, you know, I've never played Counter-Strike at a particularly high level, but I did play another game made by Valve at a fairly high level. And I always found, like, I always had nerves coming into that first game. I never cared if, you know, if I was in game two, win or loss, never felt anywhere near as stressful or with as much pressure as game one did. You wanted to come out, you wanted to show a good showing, you wanted to make it really look like that you had put in that time and developed in the off season, and it was a great way to set the tone for your entire season. So that's what we're looking for these teams to do as soon as we do get one player in. See who can set that tone. And I guess the important thing is if you are one of those guys sitting at home with your Australian esports bingo card, which if we honestly don't have one yet, we better have one. You can put delay. You can cross off that free space of a match being a little bit later to start,
And
because it's Australian.
We have our 10th. Just as you were making that spiel, we found our 10. And now we move into the 9th round with Dippers versus Chiefs Esports Club, and season, I believe, 32 of the ESEA Mountain Dew League is now underway on Mirage, and this knife will be for a choice of side, and Dippers, actually both sides, playing it really, really passively, and the Shanks are going to fly, and we will find out shortly who will get the power of choice, and that'll be the Chiefs.
Hats off to Tux for getting a 3K in the 9th round, setting the tone. Don't even try and tell me that knife kills don't matter, because they really don't. But you know, sometimes it makes you feel better. You can get that little ego boost. Yeah, I got 3. Things are going well for me early. They'll go well for me late. But we are, in fact, live. It is going to be Chiefs on your counter-terrorist side. Dippers are the terrorists. They're attempting to get that bomb planted, and it's looking like pistol round. It is going to be towards that A bomb site. You see 4 of them stacked up here. They just have Dreamtime trying to rotate through underpass and see if he can catch anybody out with this play. Standard 2-on-2 out of Chiefs right now. And we'll see if they can spot out the hit.
Either that or Dippers might aim to blindside them. You know, the Chiefs aren't really moving forward. They're waiting for Dippers to really make a move. And that flash might actually telegraph something. And it looks like Dippers have spilled out onto the site. They're starting off with a plant. So starting off strong, but not so much anymore. Zusi will claim 2. Dreamtime getting the only reply, and Maben will follow suit. And now it's only D's with a 1 versus 3.
Tough spot for him to be in. No armor, and the P250, yeah, it finds 1. But D's nuts is going to fall to Zusi. A 3K in the round for him. Going to get the easy defuse. Nice round on the board for Chiefs. But hey, you know, hats off to Dippers, because even though they lost pistol, the fact that you get bombed down is going to give you good economic start into this game.
Yes, indeed. A good economic start. They will have to take one on the chin. There's no doubt about that. But there is the... It looks like we're going with the armored pistol for most of them. A couple of them have deagles. CZ on the hand, in the hands of Marvin. A P250 for JHD. But you'd heavily favor this for the Chiefs, especially with the organ hand. And D just got cracked straight up. And Chiefs apparently going through the motions. Tuck's moving through apartments. Claims 1 before being traded out. And if they're not careful, Dippers can get the bomb down again, and they will. Ferg will go down, and that rifle was close to being retrieved, but not so much anymore. Tex and Zusi will come in and clean that up post-haste, but Dippers starting off extremely strong. Maybe not winning rounds, but getting these bomb plants in the early stages, it's going to give them a really good footing really early on, and Chiefs are likely aware of this.
And the 2 kills that they found as well are incredibly invaluable early on. One of them did force a drop down 4, and I believe there were 4 rifles in that round. I wasn't paying that close attention to the CT buy. But if there were 4 rifles, then one of them wasn't able to be recovered. So that is huge economic damage, and you can already see Zusi's down at $0, Ferg at 100, and we're in round 3. So that means if this is a big round out of Dippers, and it is a full buy for them, full rifle round, if they can win this, there's going to be not a lot of money over on the side of Chiefs. Big tag into Tux and Con.
Yeah, Tux just ate a ton of bullets, so he's forced to retreat and reconsider his position. He's going to have to play extremely passive given his health pool. And maybe not so much. Oh, Blitz might do now too. Ow. Copped a day to the sniper's nest. That is going to hurt. Sure, no frags have fallen, but Chiefs definitely being forced into a more passive position. Dippers are not messing around. They're showing no fear, and that's really commendable.
Yeah, and with 2 of these players in mid so very lit up, this gives us a big window. And speaking of the big window, Dreamtime is going to be up into ladder, and that might be a play that catches one of these players out. Text, I don't believe, is watching for it. So if Dreamtime does elect to suss out Blitz right below him, doesn't spot him, the grill is just in the way. Timing is going to be so pivotal on this one.
Dreamtime's patience will truly be tested if Texas steps out. There's the frag there. Has he noticed the man underneath? No, he has not. Blitz will get the trade back. And
Zusi, though, does go up above onto the ticket booth, denies plant. There will be a quick trade back as Deez gets the kill on the Blitz. Now this is a 3-on-3, and Zusi getting a little overzealous, does get caught out at ticket. So now 2-on-3 retake right now. Ferg and Tux trying to get the job done. They do have a little bit of utility. It's just a pair of flashes. And there really isn't any utility outside of a singular flashbang on Dippers. So there's an opportunity for them to do it. A quick trade comes through. And it's going to be Lime peeking out, finding another kill. Gets both of them in that engagement. And that is going to be the first round on the board. Incredibly early here for Dippers.
Strong start. Like we said, it might not have been round wins for them, but that strong economic standing to start really put Chiefs on the back foot. Look at that buy now, off of 1 loss. it's definitely not strong because it is more expensive as it has always been to buy as a CT. Perhaps a little bit of aggression is afoot looking at their positioning. Look at Zeusy.
There's this 3 push up mid right now. Are they going to catch anybody? Deez is in a corner and he is very able to be caught out. I don't know if they know Ferg's this far up. That might be the real spanner in the works in this round. He's tucked in there. That nade, did that catch him? Did not catch him.
I think it's only
they're very aware. Dreamtime is very aware. Pre-fires it, finds the kill, swings out. Will he get Texton? No, Texton gets that through the wall with the headshot. Not bad by him whatsoever. He's the only rifle up on the CT side, so even if they lose this round, he'd love to save this. That's his goal here, is trying to hang on to it. If he does not see a window to win the round. Remaining 2 players realize it's probably going to be 8, so you are going to see Texta just sitting in van. And, well, actually starting to come around. I think that could be a mistake, though.
Blitz.
Lime.
Blitz and Tux. Lime, it's a core part of a margarita. He did end up going down, but that's a lot of damage done. And now Texan, like you were alluding to before, he's really got to be careful. Well, he can't be anymore because Deez just cracked him like a walnut and splattered his insides all over the walls. So we are tied at 2, and Dipper's starting off extremely strong. And look at Chiefs. They can't get into this. They're gonna have to concede the early lead to Dippers. So perhaps it could be a foreshadowing, or it could just be a small period where Chiefs try to figure out the Rubik's Cube. Just look at this. No investment. Nothing. And it should be just a free field there, but only a trade. Dippers might have to be careful. Never mind.
Ooh, big spray by Marvin. Can he get this one onto Tux? A lot of damage done there. Marvin's in a little bit of trouble. Fall away. We'll find that kill with these. That gets the job done. 3-2 Dippers. They have a lead. And the question is, early on in this game, if you asked me at the very beginning, if you said they were up 3-2 at one point in the game, I'd say that's probably the only time they lead. But they're looking pretty good. I honestly wouldn't have had faith in them. But some of these kills that Limes managed to pick up, that big set of kills out of Palace in the 2-man retake for Chiefs, and then a follow-up duo on the next round, just really good across the board.
They've definitely impressed me with their play, but look at Blitz. Did get tagged up slightly, but got the frag on the aforementioned line, so that's a early heavy hitter off of the table for Dippers, and losing, no matter where you play, losing a person early is never good, and they're really trying to battle back though on the side of Dippers. But look at it, the way Chiefs are situated now. They're looking to finish it up early, and Ferg will finish it off with 2. And well, that lead, like you said, you thought it was going to be brief, and that's exactly what it was. And we're going to have a bit of a pause that is called, I believe there's a technical pause. We've been told by people.
Yeah, it is a tech pause for Dippers. As very, very, very evident is the fact that they currently are down a player in the server. That's not really what you want. You don't want to have 4 players in, so that's why they call the pause. Get the man back in there. It should be pretty quick. Usually these are. It's just like, oh, I crashed my game by mistake. Oops, let me just reboot and reconnect.
You know what you do want to do though? Get out that bingo card.
Yep, there you go.
Tech pause during an AU game.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, the fact is, it's a tech pause, yeah, but a player actually, like, outright is gone. I'm not ready to blame that on, like, net issues yet.
Look at Dreamtime's ping, though. It's up at 70 at the moment. I'm not sure where he's situated, though.
He's also just connected to the server, and your ping always tends to come in a little bit higher initially. Like, it's quickly dropping. He's already down to 50s.
Yeah, that's fair.
Good old Source games where you connect and your ping is like 200 and then it immediately starts dropping randomly.
Yeah, it still confuses me. Ooh, dear.
Just took that smoke to the face, and I don't know if that did in fact leave a gap, so that's huge as Blitz finds the first kill. Texas got 2 more, and that's going to be a complete stifling after the timeout. Ferg tried to jump into underpass, and the smoke and window clipped him. Meaning it didn't land right, gave the window for the AWP, and Blitz made them pay.
That is one of the most, like, red face inducing type of moment. Like, you can't really plan for it. Like, you could never expect to bonk someone with a nade whenever you throw it, especially a piece of utility that is so valuable on Mirage, such as a smoke nade. So that's got to sting a little bit. And we see Dippers, at least 3 of them, are opting to move towards the apartments, and Ferg letting the rounds go through the side there, just to scare them off. No damage exchange, but still.
I thought that nade was going to be so meaty. That one's a little bit more meaty, doing up to 50 damage.
And that fire is going to basically call them off. Oh dear. Just looking at this from Ferg's perspective briefly. And there it goes.
He's got it.
He got the frag through the window. And Chief's just rolling with the punch. Marvin does claim 1 with a CZ, but that will be just about it. Ferg with 3 on the round there, and 5-3 just scoreline for Chiefs over the Dippers. And now the T side can buy back into it. Might be a little bit stretched in terms of utility, though.
The real problem here is that with the rounds that Chiefs have been putting together now, a couple of them pretty damn clean there. That one they only lost Tux, is the fact that their money's very good. Tux, yeah, he's down at a K. Everybody else is up above 4 right now. And sure, it's early, but that can quickly snowball and give the CT side so much wealth and all the tools that they need to shut down the T side. And Tux with the AWP does find the kill onto Marvin.
Very, very early damage exchange. Not quite getting the one to Blitz. And he might be a little bit angry that that's the fish that got away. One of the AWPs still up, but still.
Susie, though, again finds the kill on the Lime. Quick trade there. Actually, it was the kill on the Tux that was found. It was by JHD. Positioned over towards, right now with the bomb towards B, and no one's really there. Ferg is finally rotating in, eats the first flashbang, and he has a lot of work to do. Try and stunt this enough so that he can have rotators come through. Blitz playing market is going to be a good support. The rest have made it up. Cat as Dipper slowed down the pace. They're committing to this, but everybody's rotated in time. First kill is going to go in. That's Ferg's. Ferg's got the other one. He didn't even need any help. He got the job done himself.
Well, sometimes when you feel that confident, you just go in, do the dirty work yourself, and just take a bow. And sadly for me, I'd say that I was going to mention Dreamtime's stat line, but he was the person that disconnected, and it's reset his line. So that's a bit unfortunate. I want him to step up though, and that nade, it looked like it was going to do a lot more for the hand of Zusi, but maybe not so much. Lime just blank Texter after taking out Dreamtime, so we're at a 4 versus 4, and the bomb is looking to move towards. So it was tickling and teasing a move towards the B side, but they've decided against it, and they might be electing to move towards A at a bit of a smash mouth kind of play, but with no utility to really cover your tracks. It's basically just gonna have to be like a glue and glass type of run through with no finesse, just run in, get it done. A big tag on a Blitz though. He's been getting these a lot lately, just tags onto him, but him not going down. Let's hope it's not a trend for their sake.
This is such a problem for him, because if he peeks, he's pretty much as good as dead, but he got information, and that's pivotal. You're going to see the rotate start to come through, but can he find any kills? Blitz does find one. Tux gets one. Zusi a third, and that leaves Marvin in the 1 versus 3. Does have an AWP recovered here. This is workable. The next kill so important. Oh, and it's Ferg to find it, making it a 7th round for Chiefs. They are on cruise control right now.
Indeed. And look at Ferg's current line, 13, 3, and 5 at 11 rounds in, just averaging just over a frag a round. And a lot of the Chiefs play, it's been a lot more uniform. Sure, Tux, in terms of the stat line, hasn't been in a good stead, but has been he's still been playing his part. And now with the full loss bonus in the favor of Dippers, I believe they've had it for a couple of rounds now. They really want to try and take advantage of this and at least try to stem the war machine that's been sort of constructed and is rolling through Mirage and emblazoned with Chiefs tags.
5 in a row for Chiefs is the situation we're in. They're looking to make it 6 straight. And honestly, with the way that the double up setup they have is working, I can't imagine that change. That is going to change anytime soon. Lime, he's got the AWP. There's a chance for him to make this work. He's going to be such a pivotal player in this round. He's had some nice kills early, but a big nade drops Dreamtime down to 50. The Molly drops him down to 30. And These Nuts is going to get erased. Down goes Dreamtime as well, and now they're really up against this 3v5 for Dippers. It's workable, but I don't like their chances.
I didn't like how far apart they were, but Bliss will be playing first, so Lime will be happy with that. A bit of a whip from Texter. I was thinking there was going to be a punish from that, but wasn't really in the line to do that. So the bomb is still on the back of JHD. He was looking towards T-Ramp, but might be waiting for his compatriots to get into position. And Chiefs are equipped to deal with this. Let's see if JHD can actually get this down. They actually got the bomb down, but a lot of whiffing sort of helped him with that. But Zeusy will clean all that up, and now it's Lime in a 1 versus 4.
Bomb's planted for him, though. This, I don't like his chances, but the fact that it is planted for him gives him a small window. Finds a kill on Detecta. He isn't going to go for the diffuser. He doesn't really have a window to do so. Ferg finds the kill. Still, you know, a kill. It's damage. And really, at this point, they need to do any damage they can to this Chiefs economy. It is being built. It's getting bulky. Zeus, at 1,400.
14,000.
Yes.
That's even...
Numbers are hard.
Yeah, numbers are hard, especially in a game that's run by numbers. Look at Zeusy after the buy. It's 10,300, 8,050 for Ferg, and then 6,750 for Tux. There's gonna be a.
I can count the potato.
I can count to Galaxy. I don't know where I was going with that. Either way, just want the blood force and oh no, a little bit of CT, a little bit of T on T. That is not where you want to go and not how you want that kind of play to pan out. Now it's Lime in a 1 versus a whole lot of Angry Chiefs. And, well, that didn't really go all that well. And that is 9-3 now, moving into round number 13. And, well, if you were saying that Dippers had a slight chance there, it went up in a flurry of just shrapnel and bullet casings. That was not a fun time.
I'm very confused as to what just happened for Dreamtime. On my screen, he went from like -1 in 9 to 1 in 6.
He was the one that
whatever. He's found more kills here.
Yay.
And he is firmly on the board now. JHD getting one as they just decided, hey, you know, screw it. Let's just rush A. And well, hey, it worked out to perfection. They found all the kills very quickly. And that is their 4th round on the board. Their first in 8 rounds now, which was a pretty nice run there for Chiefs.
A really good run, and now Dippers, they have a start in terms of a foothold. They really, really need to finish, just basically finish themselves off and just get back into the fight, because they have 2 rounds before the change, and they'll really be wanting to fight this. And JHD just running straight through a HE nade to claim that frag on a Tux, but it was traded up by Ferg on short. So a little bit of a pullover. Was hopeful there, but it doesn't look like the side of the Chiefs have really budged in terms of their defense. And if Texas can get a frag hit, it's huge that they took down the AWP of Lime. And now it's stranded in mid, and that's really put Dippers in a really awkward position, and it's made even worse with frag scratching another one of Ferg.
Yeah, 2-on-3 right now. Dreamtime is up on Cat right now, but the bomb is miles away. He finds a kill on the Ferg. It's a 1-on-2, but it's 2 oppers, Zusi and Blitz. That means if they don't hit their immediate shot, they could be cleaned up with relative ease. Comes down to what can Dreamtime do. Bomb is recovered. Back in T-spawn. 40 seconds to work with. Basically an ops playing each site. He's got a lot of space to go to. Zusi's walking down ramp, which is an intriguing spot for him to be. And Blitz moving into apps. I don't think he's timing on this. He's heard a step. He's well aware right now. And Blitz might just find this kill. And he does, in fact, on an unaware Dreamtime. 10-4 is the lead for Chiefs. They cracked double digits as they are firmly winning this half.
Yes, indeed. And shots, Dippers can buy in with relative ease. You see with their full util and a couple of Kriegs, mostly AKs. And they would be over the moon, I'd feel, if they finished this half at 10-5. Despite how shaky it's been at times, I've been really impressed with the flashes of brilliance from Dippers, and I'd like to see it go on a little further. But that smoke at the top of the stairs on A isn't really doing anyone any favors. And D's going down doesn't help either.
Yeah, now with Tux pushed through, there's so much information here, and oh my god, Tux is just gonna find a bomb. Tux literally has the bomb. That's the world that we live in. This round,
terrible.
This round's over. Like, they have no idea that Tux is coming in behind. The bomb's down. Everybody's rotated to this bomb site. Yeah, Dreamtime finds a kill, but he's quickly traded out by Texta. And this backstab, if it even needs to come in, is going to be perfect. Lime's found one. He's in a 1 versus 2. Does he have an idea where Blitz is? That smoke seems to indicate that maybe not. Peeks out. Blitz has the kill. And, well, hey, the flank didn't even need to come into fruition.
It was just looking like it was going from bad to worse, because that is the biggest piece of intel you could get as a CT. If you find where the bomb is dropped, especially when the T side is still in a prep phase, and they traditionally will just drop the bomb, get in a position, and maybe do a little bit of recon. If the CT finds the bomb when it's down, and everybody else is away doing prep, it's made a tough situation a heck of a lot harder, because the CT has the most powerful, in my opinion, piece of information that basically any CT would want.
And keep in mind here as well, Mr. Lutz, aka Cyber Waste. This game was 3-2 Dippers at one point. That means 9 out of the 10 rounds that followed went to Chiefs. That's a run of dominance that there really wasn't any answers. Like, the only round that Dippers managed to pick up, they just YOLO'd out A. That's not a recipe for success. They had no answers for Chiefs once the money started to be there. And the problem is if they don't win Pistol, the money's not going to be there for Dippers for the rest of this game. So it could be incredibly dire.
Lime.
And Tux ripping the head off Lime. Leaves them in a rough spot. It is going to be the B rush. Nade comes in. That's pretty meaty. But can the CZ do work? In fact, it is. Marvin's got a pair. Dreamtime's got one more. 2v4 right now for Chiefs.
Probably made it into a 2v2 by Texter. And now it's D to JHD against a solid Tux and Texter. They got taken out in quick order, and Dippers needed that and got it. Not without a little bit of work, though, but a crucial piece that you might want to note. Dippers got the bomb down for their pistol. The Chiefs did not. We'll see how that plays into it in the coming stages.
Well, it's a singular P250 on Texta, and ooh, JHD missed the jump up, and that could be punished. He's going to be pressured quite heavily. He's got the SMG. Texta's got that kill with the P250. Health is so very poor, but they find another kill. Tux gets one on to D's nuts, and now can they get the bomb down? This actually should be able to be planted. There's nothing to contest. Tux gets a kill with the FAMAS. This is such a brutal round. This is falling apart. Tux is on 6 HP. Yes, gets the tag through. It's a one-on-one, and I think he just spotted out Marvin. This is potentially doable. The timing on this peak is going to be so huge. And Tux gets the kill around where his Glock's in a singular P250. No armor. Tux comes through with the 4K. And that is a stolen round by Chiefs.
Flat out, it was flat out daylight robbery from Tux specifically. a full-blown 4K for him, and just no fear. And so
He
much
was on
knowledge.
6 HP, Cyberwaste.
No
in a
fear.
one-on-one 6 HP. How does he pull that off?
Intimate knowledge of the map and having no fear at all. That's what that will do. And Tux will keep the train rolling. Ferg will be there to pull things together as well. And, well, it's not looking too hot for Dippers as 3 members of the Chiefs will start to envelope onto the A site. Lime and Dreamtime will be put onto the casualty sheet. Deez only gets the reply on a texter, but that's of little value at the current time. They need to get rounds on the CT side, and that window is closing at a faster and faster rate the longer we go on.
Shout out to Tux for getting a kill through Texta's head as well. You know, so sometimes we've all said it. Our teammates just their ego is pretty big. They got big heads, and sometimes you just got to kill someone through that ego. But this is gonna be a very quick hit into the B bomb site right now. And she does catch. It's a lot of damage done onto Chiefs, but these are just Deeks. Molly's gonna come in, and they're gonna be able to find a couple quick kills. The rotates need to come through, and it's these nuts and JHC trying to come on a Market, and Market is an Inferno. That means Deez is pretty isolated. Smoke's gonna come down, and Deez gets obliterated. 2 on 4 right now. Lime is nowhere close, and I think JHD is just setting up for exits with them.
That would definitely be the call. Just frag one of the members of the Chiefs on the way out and steal their weapon. Just any upper hand you can get as a CT at this stage is invaluable. Especially getting your mitts on an AK. Doesn't look like the Chiefs will even give them the chance to engage, I don't think.
Oh!
Not anymore, because Lime just got popped. Straight up. Maybe JHG can gaze in mitts on AK, yes he does. But goodness me. That one dig. Oh, I felt that all the way over here.
Yeah, that was a little bit of larceny right there. It was a surefire kill, just getting stolen the other way. And Chiefs now 14-5. They are in cruise control. They have won 12 of the last 14 rounds. That just speaks to their dominance. And again, they're going towards B. Marvin is the only one there for the time being. He's going to be able to, I believe, spot them out. Yes, there is the information gained. Marvin starts to fall away. Can he hit anything? Dreamtime's got a kill onto Texta. Ferg quickly finds Marvin. 4 on 4 as they hit the site, and the mollies come down. Dreamtime's burning. He's roasting. But the kills, they are going the way of Dippers. Texas is going to get it back. Keeps it at 2 on 3. They do have the weaponry advantage here on Chiefs, but they need to find the kills. Blitz coming up. Cat does find the first one. Gets tagged a little bit. And the remaining 2 players are in Market. This bomb might just go down. This is taking that duel and finds it onto Lime. A beautiful shot. And now D's 1v2. Deagle out. Trying to find one. Knows where they both are. But can he find the kill?
This has been holding this angle for a long time. And that patience paid off big time. Because on the back of that one hit, Chiefs are now on 15. We're on match point, and well, Dippers, they're gonna have to win out to even force OT. And looking at their defense in terms of the weaponry, you'd really have to do a long, hard think. We've seen a lot more done with a lot less, Graham. Let's not sell that. But
you're too optimistic for my liking tonight, Mr. Lutz. I'm just gonna call it what it is. This is going to be the round that seals it. As the spray comes through, Texta gets the kill onto Dreamtime, and the weaponry, it's just not there. It's not adequate. And I'm pretty sure these AKs are just going to run through as Ferg gets another kill onto Marvin. 5 on 3 for Chiefs. Looking pretty good for the time being. D comes through, does get a tag in, but Blitz is just going to rip the head off. Easy one tap. And this might even be a clean round. Okay, Tux will fall, but that leaves JHD 1v4. A lot of players hurt. This is actually winnable if you can find this first kill on Zusi. That's the high HP player. Now the remaining 3 could be caught. Reload will be heard. Does he expect a player close? In fact, he does. Finds that kill, but should not expect one in jungle. It's going to mean that he's gone past them.
Karambit out. I wonder if he's going for the knife.
And yeah, there's going to be the backstab. Damage done. This is actually winnable, but Blitz hits the headshot, closes the round out. That looked like that might just be the 1v4. But in the end, Chiefs look absolutely downright scary at the beginning of this MDL season. Sheer dominance over Dippers. They lost a couple rounds early. They went down 3-2, and they did not look back after that, taking the map 16-5.
Yeah, and we were thinking about it from the outset as to how Chiefs would do, and it pretty much just ran its course. They were starting as they meant to go on. A big performance from a lot of the Chiefs players, and they're definitely showing their fangs extremely early on, being a contender for basically for the latest stages of the season, and a team to really keep an eye on throughout the entire region. And Dippers, they might have just said, hey, we'll just do our best and see where things will go, and they should still hold their head up high, that they even bought a couple of the rounds close and actually took a couple of the rounds away. Maybe they can take from these types of matches and just learn from them and improve themselves as players.
Yeah, and that's the nice thing is, I mean, you do get the VOD out of this. Like, you do get to see where things go. You can look at the demo, try and break down what went wrong, and if you're going to do that on the side of Dippers, you really need to look at the T side. CT side struggled, but a couple times it was it was forced buys for the sake of trying to stay alive in the game, and when you're doing that, it's really the game's running to the course of being over already. They just never really got that economic footing. Losing the round to Glocks was heartbreaking, but they need to look at some of their depth of tactics and stuff on the T side and figure out why that wasn't working for Dippers, because they were just getting systematically shut down as soon as Chiefs started to have money.
Definitely, and that is the crux of a lot of teams, just figuring out how to deal with a team that's far better off than you, especially when you're playing on the back foot. Like you said, the CT side, that might not be as valuable, but I'd say it's still valuable for even trying to figure out how to play on the CT side that relies so much on economy when the economy's not there.
I don't know how much more you have to say on this game, Mr. Lutz, but I think I'm reaching the end. There's not a lot you can say to analyze a game that was just that downright dominant out of Chiefs, other than that, honestly, I'm excited to see how they perform against some of the other big teams in MDL, and I'm excited to see how Dippers perform against some of the non-Chiefs talent in MDL as well. I don't get the opportunity to do that.
Actually, I'm having a flick through their schedule at the moment, and guess who Dippers drew next?
Oh God, who?
They drew Order. They play them tomorrow at 7.
Oh, that is it. That's a brutal start.
Tough draw. That's a tough draw, isn't it?
Well, hey, you know what? On the other side, if you're not expecting to come out and win, the fact that you get to turn around, get the two best teams in the league out of the way immediately, and then you can kind of work back your way by the end of the season, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. That is what we'll be able to find out, though, as we will have more ESEA AU MDL for Season 32 coming down the pipe here on CappingTV. Drop us a follow, both on Twitter and on Twitch, to get notified of when we go live. I, of course, have been Graham Morrison, a.k.a. Graham Casts on Twitter, joined by Justin Lutz, a.k.a. I Am Cyberwaste on Twitter. We'd all appreciate follows, and we'll see you guys next time. But I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's my leave for the melancholy. Couldn't fill a hole inside me. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I numb my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain.
myself today, trying to find ways to make you stay.
This is game fuel. 16 ounces of pure annihilation. Perfect for finding the second to last man standing. Tastes like berry-flavored wind sauce.
New Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
So far, but so far from close. It's so hard to find my destiny. Try not to drift apart, 'cause you'll be right back at the start.